in terms of other announcements made at Comic-Con, Comic-Con is all about all sorts of things. I mean, the title just says, Comic-Con. It's more or less about comic book heroes and things like that. So, obviously, you've had Marvel and DC. One of the big talking points about Comic-Con is the fact that we got a new trailer for the upcoming Superman v Batman film, or Batman v Superman, sorry, Batman comes first. Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, the new trailer has just come out in the last couple of days, and you want me to be completely honest with you, I wasn't really fussed about this, to be honest. This film, I mean, it first got announced, 2 years ago or something? 2 years ago, and I think 2 Comic-Cons ago. Obviously Man of Steel came out, and I liked Man of Steel. Some people seem to be hating on it, but I quite like it, so fair enough. And this new Batman v Superman, Ben Affleck as Batman, everyone's kicking off, oh, it shouldn't be Batman and all this carry on. It's too old and all that, because Ben Affleck is older than Christian Bale. But the whole idea of this is we're supposed to be getting an older Batman, because by the way everything's been handled, it looks like this new Ben Affleck incarnation of Batman, he's not starting off as Batman. It's not like Christian Bale with Batman Begins, which was like an origin story about the character becoming Batman. So what we're basically getting is an older Batman who apparently is going to be fighting against Superman. Henry Cavill is coming back as Superman, which is brilliant. It's great to see that he's still Superman. Of course, we had Brandon Routh as Superman in Superman Returns, which came out 9 years ago now, and I remember going to see that and being quite disappointed by that film, because Superman Returns, for those of you who don't know, it was supposed to be a continuation of the Christopher Reeve Superman films, because with Reeve, obviously we got Superman 1, 2, 3 and 4. Although Superman Returns is supposed to be the true sequel to Superman 2, ignoring the events of 3 and 4, the Quest for Peace, which was a pile of shit. So, but Superman Returns, I felt a bit let down by it. I think what they should have done there and then, they should have just made a reboot there and then, because enough time had passed. And obviously through the 90s, we had that struggle for another Superman film entitled Superman Lives, where Nicolas Cage would have been Superman, they made the script and everything, it just never got made, and Tim Burton would have directed that. I would have liked to see, that film, say, if it got finished. I would have liked to have seen that, because, of course, Tim Burton made 2 Batman films. But anyhow, this Batman v Superman, as I said, I wasn't fussed about it, to be honest, because I just wasn't sure what to think. And you've got all sorts of these announcements coming in thick and fast. Jeremy Irons is playing Alfred, the butler for Bruce Wayne, and we also have Gal Gadot, I think is her name, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. She's playing Wonder Woman, so all sorts of shit's going to be in this film. And I believe there's another character in this film called Aquaman. So, DC are really going the full stretch here. I think they want to compete with Marvel now, seeing as Marvel have, they've made this big, massive franchise with Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, Thor, all those superheroes, and some of the greatest superhero films of all time. It's a big, massive franchise now, and DC are looking at it and think, shit, we need to do something like this. Hence why we're getting this now, this Batman v Superman. The teaser trailer came out a few months ago, and I wasn't fussed about that, to be honest. I'll be completely honest with you. I saw that teaser trailer, I just thought, meh, to be honest. I wasn't really keen on it. I didn't know what to think about Ben Affleck as Batman, but of course, we got this new trailer over the weekend, and wow, it exceeded all of my expectations. I saw the trailer, and I'm actually pretty excited for this film now. I'm obviously going to see this new film, Batman v Superman, next year, because, I mean, come on, Batman and Superman, they're like the two best superheroes, aren't they? They're my favourite two superheroes anyway, so I have to go and see it. It's the first live action on-screen encounter of these two characters, and the funny thing is we've got Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. Again, I was not sure about that. I thought, Jesse Eisenberg? Isn't he too young to play Lex Luthor? But I saw the trailer and I'm quite intrigued. I want to see what he does with this character. So I'm all for it. I'm really looking forward to seeing this new installment in this franchise. You know, Superman and Batman together, fighting. Bring it on, I say. I'm all on board for it now. I wasn't at first, but I've seen the trailer now and it's exceeded all my expectations. It's definitely going to be my most anticipated film for next year, 2016. But speaking of anticipated films, my most anticipated film for this year is, of course, Star Wars Episode VII, The Force Awakens. Of course, plenty of Star Wars stuff to come out of Comic-Con. In terms of the franchise merchandise, there's bloody loads of stuff. But all I'm interested in terms of the merchandise side of things is the Black Series 6-inch figures. And now it seems they're releasing more figures to do with the TV series Star Wars Rebels. Now, I've never seen a single episode of Star Wars Rebels. The same goes for the Clone Wars. I've never ever sat down and watched Star Wars The Clone Wars. Not a single episode, any of it at all. I've just never, I don't know really, it just never really appealed to me. I just didn't like the idea that we're getting stuff about the Clone Wars. I suppose it's a good idea, you know. It makes the whole Star Wars universe bigger, you know. But I don't know really. I just never thought of tuning in. I just never got into it. I never tuned in and thought, oh my god, this is brilliant. I watched a little bit of one. I don't know. It's more aimed for children, which is fine because, you know, children love Star Wars as much as grown adults. But we're getting Rebels characters, and you know that's great for fans. We're getting that character that I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. Is it Ashoka? She is getting a figure in 6-inch, and I must say the figure looks absolutely brilliant. It looks great. It looks like one of the best figures they've made. So I don't know. I might consider picking it up, and I don't know. I might have a look at Star Wars Rebels because I believe that's set in between Episode 3 and 4, and Darth Vader's in it, and I suppose it will be Darth Vader at his prime. You know, when Luke and Leia are growing up. Between 3 and 4, obviously, there's all sorts of events we didn't see in between 3 and 4, so it's great that we're getting this Rebels series now, and of course we're getting Darth Vader, and I believe James Earl Jones is actually voicing as well, which is brilliant. I really like all the lengths they went to get him to voice the man himself, because they could have just gone and turned around and just got any random voice actor to voice Vader. But there's no one more iconic than James Earl Jones, is there? Because his voice is just one of the most iconic voices ever. You know, when you hear that voice, you know who it is. But in terms of that, we're getting another Rebels character. I can't remember the name of the character. You know, I've never seen Rebels. And who else are we getting? We're getting a TIE Fighter pilot from Episode 7 with an actual TIE Fighter ship, and the ship is ginormous. But I don't think I'll get that because, one, it's expensive, two, the ship's too big and it probably won't fit in my shelves, so I might pass on that. Although it does look cool, I'll say that. And we're getting the Series 7 New Order, or First Order Stormtrooper. They look great. I really like the new look of these Stormtroopers, what we're getting. And we're getting a Jango Fett from Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. I must say, Jango Fett is a figure I've been waiting for since I've started collecting these Black Series figures, because I started collecting them around a year ago. And we're getting Jango Fett. It comes with the helmets, and you've got the actual actor who played him, like, inside, the head sculpt of him, and it looks like him as well, which is great. And it's not just a repaint of Boba Fett, which is great. I really want a Boba Fett figure. I've still not got Boba Fett yet. And we're getting the Episode 4 Luke Skywalker in his white gi, which is fantastic. That's another figure I've been waiting for quite some time. I would have liked to see more characters. I really want to see a 3PO, because we've had R2 now for quite a while. I want to see C-3PO, and I want to see a Leia figure from Episode 4 as well, because, you know, the buns, they're iconic. In terms of merchandise, it's all great. I think it's fantastic. Star Wars is like one of the biggest toy lines in the whole world. It probably is the biggest, to be honest. And I'm definitely going to get Jango and Luke when they come out, if I can get them. I've not even gotten Boba Fett, so I'm going to try and track down a Boba Fett somehow. And of course, the other thing to do with Star Wars is we got that behind the scenes thing about the Force Awakens. It's a nice little thing. I wasn't too like, oh my god about it, but it's good. You know, all the people involved in this new film, they all seem pretty dedicated to the film, and I'm so glad we're not going to get like a CGI fest like the prequels were, because a good fact for you to learn is Revenge of the Sith, Episode 3, that is the record holder, so it's Guinness World Record holder for largest amount of CGI in a film, because most of the frames in that film is all CGI, so there's a good fact for you to learn there. But that's as of now. But I'm glad that Episode 7 won't be full of CGI. But, you know, overall, all around, everything is fantastic. All these announcements from Comic-Con, it's brilliant. You know, Doctor Who, Star Wars, Superman, Batman, everything else. It's great. And I don't know, maybe one day I might go there. I'll have to save a lot of money, mind you, but maybe one day I'll go there. Ages off, but I will. Don't forget to click the link below to subscribe to me, James Croft. aka the Obsesstuvian 95. Have a great day.